Qlobal pandemiya bir çox tədbirlərin ənənəvi təşkilinə təsir göstərdiyi kimi, beynəlxalq neft və qaz sərgisində də 2 illik fasiləyə səbəb olmuşdu. Cənab Rasim, iştirakçılar tərəfindən 2 ildən sonra da eyni marağı görməkdəyimi?
İştirakçıların sayı baxımından yenə də yüksək marağın şahidiyik. Bugün Bakı Enerji Həftəsinin açılışını edirik. 2 illik fasilədən sonra biznes subyektlərinin görüşməsi, sənaye liderlərinin əlaqə qurması baxımından əvəzsiz tədbirdir.
...27-ci Beynəlxalq Neft və Qaz sərgisi Bakı Enerji Həftəsi çərçivəsində başlayır. Tədbirlər sırasında 10-cu yubiley Xəzər Beynəlxalq Energetika və Bərpa olunan enerji sərgisi və Bakı Enerji Forumu da var.
Bu tədbir hədsiz əhəmiyyətə malikdir. Azərbaycanın strateji mövqeyini nümayiş etdirir. Neft və qaz potensialının reallaşdırılması baxımından da zəruridir.
Xəzər Neft və Qaz sərgisinin keçirilməsi təşəbbüsü ümummilli lider Heydər Əliyev tərəfindən dəstəklənib və ilk tədbir 1994-cü ildə başlayıb. Bu illər ərzində sərgi əlamətdar hadisələrə şahidlik edib. Məsələn, 1996-cı ildə Şahdəniz qaz kondensat yatağı üzrə saziş tədbir zamanı imzalanır. 1999-cu ildə məhz bu sərgi vaxtı elan olunur ki, Azərbaycan neftlə bərabər həm də böyük qaz yataqlarına malikdir. 2018-ci ildə sərginin açılışı ilk dəfə pavilyonlardan kənarda, Səngəşal terminalında başlayır.
Serbiya üçün tədbirdə iştirak çox əhəmiyyətlidir. Enerji təhlükəsizliyi bizim üçün əsas məsələdir. Çünki təbii qazın idxalından 100%lik asılıyıq. Biz interkonnektorun tikintisinə çalışırıq. Enerji təhlükəsizliyi bir nömrəli məsələdir.
Beynəlxalq Neft və Qaz sərgisi şirkətlər arasında ikitərəfli görüşlər, yeni əməkdaşlıq nöqteyi nəzərindən də mühüm əhəmiyyət kəsb edir. Biznesdə fiziki ünsiyyət daha böyük etimad yaradır və əlaqələrin möhkəmlənməsi, yüksək səviyyəyə qaldırılması üçün vacib rol oynayır. Pandemiya səbəbindən 2 illik fasilədən sonra ənənəvi Beynəlxalq Neft və Qaz sərgisi işinə başlayır. Prezident İlham Əliyevin burada iştirakı sərginin statusunu bir daha təsdiqləmiş olur.
Your Excellency, President Əliyев, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor for me to be representing the organizing committee of Bakü Energy Week today, all the more so because we have not been able to hold it the last 2 years on account of the coronavirus epidemic. This has highlighted to us the importance of face-to-face meetings and the importance of being able to meet international and regional industry leaders in an informal environment. Azerbaijan has been very vigilant in its fight against coronavirus, and as a result of that, today it stands one of the leading countries in terms of its vaccination of the population, and that's why we're able to hold this event today. Taking into account current trends in the energy industry, the event Bakü Energy Week incorporates 3 separate annual edition of the Power and Renewable Energy exhibition. Obviously, all of these events will continue with their traditions. It not only hosts this important industry event, and today we're delighted to welcome and, of course, I would like to extend and to the state oil company of the Azerbaijan. Your Excellency, I would like to also extend our continuing tradition of attending the opening of this important region and also the importance of this event within it. Address the audience. Thank you.
First of all, I'd like to express gratitude to the organizers, and I'm glad that today we have our guests from all over the dialogue on such an important issue as energy security and its own energy security. During the years of independence, more important role for energy security of growing number. To mention that Caspian oil and gas played a very important role in attracting a lot of difficulties with big part of its territory under of Caspian oil and gas show. The first year of holding this conference as an area of cooperation and investment, and the first. But at that time, as I said, energy security was started to work hard in order to national investors, leading energy companies of the world. You know, the end of last century, I think the remarkable event was inaugurated, and that allowed us to start export and to start supplying the needs of many more countries. At the same time, we jointly with our partners worked on gas exploration fields, particularly Chardonnay, which is one of the biggest gas fields in the world. And in 2007, Baku-Tbilisi-Erzurum gas pipeline was inaugurated, and that was the first time when Azerbaijani gas started to be exported to the regional markets of Turkey and Georgia. A year before that, in 2006, we managed to construct, at that time it was considered, and still I think is a remarkable event, Baku-Tbilisi-Ceyhan oil pipeline, which connected Caspian Sea with Mediterranean Sea, and was a new route and a new source of oil to international market. And since that time, Baku-Tbilisi-Ceyhan and all other energy transportation infrastructure of Azerbaijan is working without any disruption. And this, of course, is demonstration of predictability, reliability, and also demonstrates that we're capable to implement such a huge infrastructure project, difficult from technical, financial point of view, and also these projects were implemented in a very complicated political environment. So that was actually the important milestone in the issues related to regional energy security, and of course it strengthened the regional cooperation between Azerbaijan and its neighbors, Turkey and Georgia. But our plans were bigger than that, and of course we wanted to be able to develop huge gas reserves of Azerbaijan. For that, of course, we needed a new pipeline. The pipeline, I would say, of the 21st century, Southern Gas Corridor. And Southern Gas Corridor's successful completion at the last day of 2020 demonstrates our common will, demonstrates that we can work as a team and we can achieve great success. So integrated pipelines system of 3.5 thousand kilometers, crossing many countries, going on the seabed and climbing to high mountains is a demonstration of our potential and our friendship. Therefore, the energy projects which were initiated by Azerbaijan and at early stage created a framework for regional cooperation, now transformed into a global energy project. Southern Gas Corridor is a project which we can be proud of, and at the same time it allows us to increase production from a huge Chardonnay gas condensate field, and it happens. And it's only 1 year and 5 months that Azerbaijan is using this brand new modern infrastructure to transport its gas reserves, but already the expansion of our presence on the European continent with our natural resources is something which is needed for us and for our partners. We managed to increase the production and our export. Last year, Azerbaijan exported 22 billion cubic meters of natural gas. This year, the projection is 24, and the next year it will be even more. There can be different figures depending on the activity of production and also on activation of other fields which are situated in Azerbaijani sector of the Caspian Sea, because our gas potential is not limited only with Chardonnays. Other fields also are very energy security, especially now when the demand takes that into account, and we try to support countries which, due to different reasons, face difficulties. And now corresponding structures of Azerbaijan are in permanent contact with growing number of countries. When we were working on the implementation of Southern Gas Corridor, we established a very close cooperation with countries through the territory of which the pipeline crosses, and also international financial institutions, and of course energy companies and governments of leading countries, and also European Commission. So annual meeting of the Southern Gas Corridor Advisory Council, which takes place every February in Baku, is a clear example of this teamwork. And when this February 4th, we had the annual meeting of Southern Gas Corridor Advisory Council, we actually thought that biggest part of our plans have already been implemented. Southern Gas Corridor already in operation. Now we need only to work how to build new bridges, how to build new connections, interconnectors, and how to expand our presence on European gas market. But of course now, when we speak on the 1st of June, situation is completely different, and the demand for Azerbaijani gas grows rapidly. And of course we need to take that into account, but at the same time our potential consumers should also understand that it is not possible to extract large volumes of gas within 1 year. For that, we need contracts, we need to start and to speed up negotiations. We need, of course, to work with our traditional partners, investors, energy companies, in order to increase the production. And also we need to expand the existing facilities. That was something which we did not plan in the coming years, because Southern Gas Corridor, as I said, is integrated pipeline system consisting of 3 pipelines. And the last segment of it, Trans-Adriatic pipelines, capacity is 10 billion cubic meters. So now we think about expansion, so because there is a demand for that. And that, of course, will take time, take a lot of financial resources, and also close coordination, cooperation, and active dialogue with all countries involved. And we are ready for that. Minister of Energy of Azerbaijan and SOCAR already got all my instructions, and they're in the process of active negotiations. And by the way, Baku Energy Week will be an excellent opportunity, because we have guests, high-ranking officials from many countries, to address this importance of Southern Gas Corridor team. Greece, Albania, Italy, countries. There are now new challenges and new demands. Only our efforts will not be sufficient. On the terms, because as we all know, in gas business, you say is just to give, how to say, process, and it already started. Our great supporters throughout all the time of our and achieve these results. I'd like also to express gratitude to IB, Asian Infrastructure and Investment Banks, support to implementation of our new plans. Because, as I said already, the demand, we should not waste time. We should importation of natural gas. Therefore, not only tap, so we are working on that. Also, I'd like implementation of Southern Gas Corridor project, and we'll commission on that. And as a result of discussions, Commissioner of EU and our Minister of Energy, we established issues like oil, gas, at the same time, broad range of issues. And our next plan on our agenda demonstrates excellent performance. First, because we already, I'd like to say that since 1994, when the first contract, PSA contract, was signed with foreign companies, until today, not a single word was changed in the contracts. And that also demonstration of our position. We respect our obligations and also want our partners to respect their obligations. Therefore, credibility was an important factor. Second, of course, stability, political and economic stability in Azerbaijan. And of course, excellent performance, building the infrastructure for oil, for gas, for electric lines. By the way, Azerbaijan is experience. All these factors played an important role in attracting ceremonies with leading energy power plants, total capacity of 407. Only the beginning, because we already are in active, which has been already evaluated, and according to information, which 50,000 megawatts. So this is a huge volume of the Second Karabakh War, particularly in Kelbecer and Lachin. Only wind and sun. But if we add hydro, now is seriously addressed. We'll save for export. This is natural. So combination in our transportation system, all that will add, and I'm sure we'll achieve this goal, because so far everything what we planned and achieved with maximum degree of efficiency. So now address all these important issues. Oil supplies, how to increase for other countries, and this unfortunately potential suppliers, but I think now they changed their mind. And we worked on diversification from the very oil pipelines to different directions, foreign countries, and plan to export electricity, be important transportation route not only for cargos, but also for electricity. Therefore, I think now they change their mind. And we see initial hints of that. Our policy always is aimed at build. We have railroads connecting us with all destinations. International airports construction, one already has been completed in the middle of Azerbaijan, also should be taken into account. What I'm saying is, of course, important for our international partners, between SOCAR and BP. BP is our strategic renewables, and now SOCAR and BP are discussing the construction of 100 megawatts. I hope soon we will have good results. Cooperation with our traditional energy partner, which also wants to be with us on this important several months ago. But at the same time, all that and energy factor, energy, the funds which we accumulate from oil and gas sales, economic reforms, and we see the results. I can just, oil sector more than 11%, non-oil channeling the funds which we economy, and we are achieving that. and today business climate. And today Azerbaijan is one of the countries which we value our partnership, enjoy rapid development, and of course reconstruction. Foreign debt, which is only 12.5%, attract more loans which just don't do it because we don't need it. We want them. But in the meantime, when we see, or if we see, that there are projects, leading financial institutions to help us, it was said, is the leading international energy event in the success. Thank you.
I'd like to introduce Ms. Laura Lockman, Deputy Assistant.
It's an honor to be here today, and I'm delighted to relations between the United States and the Republic of Azerbaijan, the South Caucasus, than the United States. Azerbaijan on strategies to develop reliable energy from President Biden. Azerbaijan. We have become strong partners in combating the International Caspian Oil and Gas Exhibition in Baku. We find ourselves at an important juncture in ensuring our energy security. Diversification is more important than ever this goal. Azerbaijan is also critical to realize, and Azerbaijan is playing a critical role in fuel supplies to Ukraine. I welcome your to global goals to fight climate change through investment in renewables. The United States is committed to our continued partnership and cooperation.
Thank you. And I'd like to introduce
Əliyevin, ministers, distinguished guests. I want to start for Energy for inviting us to participate in the global energy contest, and also for our going through several challenges, the COVID pandemic, but also and turn as much as possible the crisis into opportunity. Azerbaijan place with us is key in our effort to energy price stability, and Azerbaijan built on a long-standing positive memorandum of understanding of a strategic partnership also and Bananen. Our policy dialogue engagement. Commissioner Kadri Simpson attended discussion in the context of high-level dialogue, where at the current juncture we both face common energy transparities. In the context of tension interest on continuing our power EU priorities, where we plan to work on production of renewable energy and also to intensify our recover Europe's gas demand by stronger diversification, is committed to ensure its energy partners' long-term production for domestic development and international, to both our strategic energy resilience and also to accelerate the structural transformation of our energy system industrial basis and put our economies on a path towards.
Who's Minister of State for Business, Energy and Clean Growth.
Address the Baku Energy Week. I also want to congratulate both nations on the 30-year anniversary of diplomatic relations between the UK and Azerbaijan. This event comes at an important time for European energy security and for our climate. We recognise the extraordinary circumstances we find ourselves in due to the Russian invasion of Ukraine. This new reality underscores the critical choices facing us on energy. Now more than ever, we must urgently work together to accelerate the shift to clean power generation and net zero economies. Today, Azerbaijan is a reliable and stable supplier of natural gas to Georgia, Turkey and partners across Europe. The Southern Gas Corridor, the diversification of gas supply to Europe. Natural gas. Last year at COP26, the UK presidency, we saw in 6 and look forward to further ambition in fighting. Of course, of net zero is that it is consistent. Make the case for investing in clean energy even stronger. Adopted ambitious plans to reach net zero by 2050. Left to keep 1.5 degrees in reach is closing last year. Every country must respond to the call to achieved to make good on our promises and ensure our commitment to accelerate a global clean energy transition that
wish you every success in your participation in the Baku Energy Week and